Mark Eddy is a guitarist, and he's also a comedian, which means you get songs, you get jokes, you get impressions too.
Yeah, it adds up to a one-of-a-kind show, best described as rock comedy. On stage tonight and through the weekend at the Funny Bone.
Ah, here he is. Mark, good to see you, buddy.
Right on.
Good to be here with you guys.
High energy
man.
guy.
I feel so happy.
You're totally positive. You just exude.
You've been smiling the whole time you got on the set here.
I love
Well,
you.
you know what? Honest to gosh, I can say my show is it's a feel-good show. It really is. It's what I would call a feel-good show.
Yeah.
I love when people just, you just feel the love in the room. It's just a great thing. It's all music. I walk up
Do you
with the
feel
guitar.
naked without your guitar
I do.
here
I
today?
feel a little naked without my guitar right now, but I have the guitar on the entire show, just song to song to song, and just running through it and just having a great time.
But are you covering songs, or are these sort of takes on songs we recognize with your spin?
I will say it's a little bit of everything. I do some storytelling with the guitar and music in the background. I do observations of songs that are our favorite songs, some of our favorite, most well-known rock songs of all time. And then I do some original songs that were inspired by life events and things like that. And so it's a little bit of everything. And then we just close the show. We do a little sing-along, and it's a good time. It's a really good time.
Are you a rock guy? You're a rock guy.
I
right?
am. I used to
The
tour
80s
with
rock
I used to
guys?
tour with Jackson Browne, Melissa
you did?
Etheridge,
Okay.
Toad the Wet Sprung. And I spent the first 14 years of my career touring with rock
What were you
bands.
doing? Were you playing with them? Or
Yeah, I
what
was
were
a
you doing?
guitarist, a singer, and I had my own stuff. I know. I just want to play right now. I want to play. Put me in, coach.
So when did how'd you blend this with comedy? When did you get into comedy then?
Well, I've always been a little bit of a smart aleck, I was always finding, the funny little thing in the music, or changing the lyrics or twisting them around. And the guys in the bands that I used to play with, well, there were two reactions. Some of the guys really loved it. Some of the guys didn't like it. They would go, knock it off, dude, sing the real lyrics right. And I'd be like, it just works, it fits, it's funny. They were like, we're not a vehicle for a rising young comedian. And I took those words kind of upon a dare. I went up at a comedy club, much like the Omaha Funny Bone, which I will be tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. I went up on kind of a dare and just had a blast. I was remarkably comfortable. I didn't, feel any discomfort.
Did you have material, or was it all
I
ad-lib?
didn't really. It was kind of just riffing and some stuff that I had done on the tour bus and in front of some of the guys, So there were a couple little bits that I sort of had prepared, and I just did them. But it was just fun, and it was just I had a great time, and it kind of took off. And here I am.
How do you capture the essence of? Because some of these artists are so distinct, to be able to sound like them.
I channel certain artists. I mean, there's people that I do in my show. I do Neil Diamond. I'll do Dave Matthews. I'll do Al Green.
So Neil Diamond is coming to Omaha in a couple of months.
I can't begin to knowing, but then I know it's going strong. Gotta get that deep voice, right?
That's Neil,
Then there's a guy like Joe Cocker.
Yeah.
He's got a really,
Joe Cocker.
he's like, what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
I saw.
I love Joe Cocker.
But I saw Joe Cocker in Paris, and we were asking some of the French people, where's Joe Cocker? They said they didn't know who it is. They go, oh, Joe Cocker.
Oh, Joe Cocker!
Le
Joe Cocker! Is it le
You love it, though. Who else do you enjoy doing? Who else
Oh my gosh.
Al Green.
Al Green. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, N, O, P. He can make any song in the world sexy, I tell you that.
Even the alphabet.
Even the alphabet.
I love that. So good,
How often do you
Mark.
get to Omaha? Because this is your first time on our show.
Honest to gosh, I've only been in Omaha a handful of times over the last 20 years. And 3 weeks ago, literally, I was in town doing a corporate event for a company downtown. It was a wonderful event for their legal department or something. We had a great time. And I go, what are the odds I would be back in Omaha doing the club 3 weeks
For
later?
us non-corporate people.
It's so unusual.
That is great.
Yeah, and February. I gotta love my agent for that too.
Don't complain about today, bud, because we've got almost 60 degrees coming.
That's right.
This is the time to be here.
That's right.
So do you do a lot of corporate stuff?
I do. A lot of corporate events, a lot of private events. I just get the call from companies and events, and they want to do something fun, and I'm kind of like a little personal team builder.
I want to add one more twist to this, and that's one of the causes that you fundraise for quite a
Yes.
bit. It's JDRF.
Yes.
KMTV, JDRF, the Promise Gateless coming up. Their walk is in August. That's one of the organizations that we try to lift up and
Yes.
share their message. Why
Yes.
are they important to you?
Well, I'm type 1 diabetic. I've been diabetic since I was a toddler. So I hit 50 years. I got my 50-year diabetic pen, my little pin. I'm very sensitive to that. I know what it's like to grow up with diabetes, to the uncertainty of it, the fear, the anxiety. You just don't know what's going to happen sometimes. But they've gotten so much better. I mean, there's so many little gadgets out there
research,
nowadays, and
yes.
the
The
research is
technology.
wonderful. Yes, and I'm really involved in that. In fact, I have my own little foundation. We send kids to diabetes camp and stuff like that.
great.
And we try to really push education and awareness and stuff like that for kids, because it's so important. And there's lots of families out there that just don't know how to deal with it when they get a diabetic
That's why
kid
we've
or
met
something.
so many of them, Mark. And you should see the walk in August. It's incredible. So I know so many of our viewers who are watching would want to know that part of your story. So thank you for
absolutely.
sharing it.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thanks, Mark. And Mark's going to be at the Funny Bone all weekend. Tonight there's 2 shows, tomorrow 2 shows, 1 show on Sunday. And check him out online. You got some great clips
Yes.
online on YouTube. Check
See what
those
it feels
out.
like.
And then get your tickets to go see him at the Funny Bone.
Thank you, Mark Eddy. So nice to meet you, bud.
Oh,
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Mark, for
you.
coming.
Thank you.
nice.
Please
Thanks
come
again.
back. If you
Bring
don't,
your guitar next time.
I will. I'll bring it. I will.
We'll take it personally if you don't return. Like next
You'll be
year,
back.
Colleen, let's get in a groove with this guy. We'd love it.
Oh,
We'd
thank
love it.
you.
Unseasonably warm today, upper